Hello everyone, welcome to Insights with Oladejo, and this is Oladejo Adeyemi. Today's episode we are going to be focusing on additional returns. Other than your tax returns, as a company that is playing within the priority sector, or as an entity that is enjoying specialized tax incentive, you need to know that there are additional burdens or obligations placed on you by this new tax law. And that is going to be the focus of our discussion today. Sections 29, 26, and 27, Sections 26 and 27 of the Nigeria Tax Administration Act place this burden on companies that are within the priority sector and companies that are beneficiaries of specialized tax incentive. I'm saying specialized because there are general incentives that are applicable or available for all taxpayers. But once you have a specialized incentive that you have taken advantage of based on what the provision of the law provides for, you are required to file additional returns. Now, one thing you need to know is that this return is different from your annual income tax return. Let me say that again. Your income tax return is the return of your income based on what is specified in the applicable sections of the law. But these incentive-based return that we are talking about is in addition to the income tax returns that you are required to file. And this return is generally called annual tax incentive returns. And like I said earlier, it covers all the specialized tax incentive that you may be enjoying. Now, think about it. In the past, periodically, other agencies of the government, particularly sometimes the legislative arm, would set up a panel of inquiry and say they are looking at those that have enjoyed pioneer status incentive between one period and the other. I'm sure that your company or a company that you're aware of may have been invited, in the past to come defend their investments and defend their operations or what they have done with those incentives for a particular period. Now, with the new law, with this provision that we have, it is expected that provision of those periodic returns will then bridge that gap such that relevant agencies of the government can have access to, your information even at the time when you were enjoying those incentives. And even where an individual has taken those incentives, the expectation of the law based on these provisions that I've read out is that those individuals will file the returns with their relevant state internal revenue services, and those internal revenue services of those states are then required to, within 60 days, transmit those returns to the Nigeria Revenue Service, such that the Nigeria Revenue Service then has a repository of those returns. So the expectation is that when we then have agencies that would want to make such inquiry in the past, in the future, as opposed to what we used to have in the past, where companies are contacted, our expectation really is that progressively the service is then contacted to provide information that had already been made available to the service via those additional specialized returns that the entities or the taxable persons have filed for the period. This is where we're going to be drawing the curtain today, and you need to just remember that it is no longer business as usual, where you just enjoy returns or you enjoy incentives rather, and then you don't provide any specialized return. Now, you are required to file annual tax incentive return, in addition to your annual income tax returns. I hope this helps you to put your obligations and plannings together. If you're a company within the priority sector, or you're a company that is enjoying one form of incentive or the other, which is different from the generic incentive available to all taxpayers. Until I come your way again, remember that I'm your foremost business coach who specializes in reading the tax law so that you don't have to spend as much time doing the same. Bye for now.